Hi all, it's Denise and this is Ask Denise and Jashud. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly. This is from Instagram. You have asked me about tennis elbow and what you can do. Okay, so that's kind of an open-ended question. There's lots you can do. What is tennis elbow first of all? So tennis elbow is, proper name is lateral epicondylitis. So this is your lateral epicondyle over here, this bony protrusion, and your extensors, so the muscles that extend your wrist, they come together at that tendon and have a common tendon, you know, most of them come right there. So when we have inflammation of that tendon, that's what we call tennis elbow or lateral epicondylitis. Now, quite frankly, in yoga, it's more common to have medial epicondylitis, okay, because of our strong flexion and wrist flexion, and also elbow flexion, like in chaturanga and stuff like that. So that but some of this treatment will work for that too, okay? So inflammation is here. So we're not going to work directly on the inflammation. What I would suggest is get yourself a ball, put it on the table, and then start to release. And by release, I just mean soften, compress, release into those extensor muscles of your forearm. So you don't have to go on the painful area at all, but you're probably going to find that as you work in these tissues, they really are a bit tender too. So you can also hold it and then move the wrist around like that. And yeah, just continue on to another tender spot and do that same thing again. So you can do that all over the back side of your forearm and the front side if you decide you want to go there too. So we're going to mobilize all of that first. And you want to figure out, like, what's the thing that you're doing that's aggravating that? Potentially, it could actually be keyboarding. So, you know, using a computer keyboard, it could be tennis, of course, but it's going to be an action that involves wrist extension. So you might want to think about that and either rest from that for a while or figure out a better way of doing it. You know, if it is your keyboard, then get your wrists lifted up a little bit. So say your angle has been like this, you need something under your wrist so they can be a bit more neutral. That will help a little bit. Just even changing position might help a little bit. And then the other things you can do, you need to start strengthening. Now, if I assume you practice yoga, so you can use your yoga practice to strengthen. So when if your pain is on this side, you're going to activate strongly into your flexors, okay? So pressing down into your palms, and then we want to activate through the arm, through the whole length of the arm, right from fingers to shoulders into your trunk. We'll do that by activating externally. See what just happened to my arms? Now, if you have the ability to hyperextend the elbow, we do not want to see that. So keep letting the tension move through the elbow. Use your muscles to keep it stable. So you can practice that in table pose. You can kind of move your knees back and then move forward and back. This is going to strengthen your forearm flexors. And then you can start bending the elbows. Again, working your forearm flexors mostly. And then you can start moving and graduating yourself up to more and more movement here. But you've got to do it slow, and I would recommend just starting with your isometrics. Isometric, isometric. So holding all of those positions for like 5 seconds. And then you can move into like more of a movement practice, even going into downward facing dog and whatnot. But again, you're strengthening the opposite side. So fingers are pressing down so you get this side active. This side is the one that you've identified as being inflamed. Work on that with the ball, then work on it with what I've just shown you. And then you can start to actually strengthen by just providing some resistance here, just like that. Strengthen and hold. That's isometric again. So again, you can start to move once you have reduced that pain, reduced the inflammation. Okay, and if you haven't already tried, you can use some contrast therapy. So, put some ice on it, then put some heat, ice heat, about 10 minutes each, something like that. Contrasting 3 or 4 times might also give you some relief. But you basically have to rest from whatever's irritating it, and then you can work on, the ball, work on isometric contraction where there's no movement, and then graduate to movement to strengthen. Okay, so that's a way forward for you, and if that helps, please let me know about it, and thank you so much for asking the question. Bye for now. Hey guys, anytime, ask me questions. I don't have to reach out for it. Like, it doesn't have to be a specific time. As soon as it pops into your head, send me a little message, and it can create another video for you about that. Okay, thanks for participating. Bye for now.